Welcome to the show. My name is Mike.
I'm Matt.
We are the beings worthy of respect.
And this is Phil Metal Jackson.
Joining us as always, our esteemed colleague and co-host, Mr. Phil Jackson. How you doing today, Phil?
Scared.
That's a hell of a way to answer that question. Let me ask you this. How many drinks you had today, Coach?
Maybe 21.
Oh, okay.
So it's an extra paranoid day.
Yeah, Phil gets a little paranoid when he's been drinking.
Or when he wakes up in the morning.
Because he's been drinking. Phil likes to hide under the couch and hammer 2x4s into the doorway.
There is a 2x4 bolted into the door frame right now. You want to walk into the living room?
Well,
yeah, we're going to have to remove it before we leave. If this is your first experience with us, check out episode 1 where Phil Jackson hits Matt with his car.
I'm still experiencing concussion symptoms, by the way.
hey, don't try to do too much yet.
That means a whole hell of a lot coming from you, Coach.
Yeah, Phil Jackson's definitely a guy you want to be taking a lot of life advice from.
Maybe that's not such a great idea.
No shit.
He is such a fucking wreck because this whole thing started, he hit you with his car because he was drunk. And then you said, we're not going to sue you, but you've got to come here and do this podcast with us, and you can stay at our place.
It was an empty gesture. Stay, make yourself at home. He was here for a week.
So then the second episode happens, and then you say, no, really, Phil, you can stay here as long as you want.
I mean it. And that's the universal clue for I don't mean it. You need to get out quickly. It's the reverse. And he missed that cue. In fact, Phil, I think if I had told him, no, you can't stay here, you need to leave.
He'd still be here.
It's a damned if you do type of thing.
It's just about respecting other people. God, I'm really starting to hate you.
Yeah, because he doesn't pay rent either, of course.
It's kind of a goofball thing to announce it.
Well, not really, because... So another thing that Phil's been doing is he asked us if he could do construction in the apartment, and we said flat out no. He started that night.
But that's okay.
It's not okay because you keep building things. We're the only ones on the lease, and we have to pay for the alterations.
He just does it all night.
And there's nothing to do but just enjoy it.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. So Phil does his construction from midnight to 6 a.m. only. Only when people are trying to sleep. And it's not just the hammering. It's not just the buzzsawing. It's not just the jackhammering.
We don't know where he gets all the tools, but more importantly, we don't know where he gets the wood.
There is so much lumber in our living room. It's unbelievable. And it's not just lumber. It's like sticks that he picks up walking around, like kindling and branches.
That would be yes to the answer.
It wasn't a question. There are sticks and sawdust.
And scrap wood. Like, it's just insane.
So we got a couple theories about where he's getting the wood.
Home Depot.
Because we live right next to a Home Depot.
Stealing it from construction sites. 3, he's deconstructing already built houses and stealing materials from them.
It's an easy system to learn.
Yeah, he's got a whole system for it.
Deconstructing already built houses, taking materials off of them.
Which is why we call him the Termite.
Well, they call him that at Home Depot. I thought it initially was, I don't know if you've noticed this, but when I'm walking to the liquor store, which is down the street with Phil, we have to stop a lot because he likes to nibble and gnaw on trees. And also at Home Depot, he likes to gnaw on the wood. He likes to taste the finish, he says.
He says it tastes great.
So good.
Yep. And I think my theory is that Phil's, whatever his heritage is, it can be traced back to a rodent instead of an ape.
I hate to pull up old stuff, but...
Too bad.
So we're going to talk about your ancestry for a second.
I think Phil's teeth grow his entire lifetime like a beaver or a nutria or something, and he needs to file them down by chewing on wood.
That's kind of what he does when we go outside. He's just biting on trees and getting the bark off, and I think it provides a relief for him and allows him to close his mouth.
It's soothing. He can close his fucking mouth if he gnaws those teeth down by chewing on lumber and or trees.
He was pulling up the Wikipedia page for nutria the other day and just showing us. He idolizes them.
And they can do it in the right way, I think.
It's such a weird thing to say.
The wood, plus the music. He's always blasting music.
I was not concerned about that.
Well, you should be, because we've gotten several complaints, and I haven't slept in days.
So
I'm going to embarrass you a little bit now, Phil.
Let's talk about his metal playlist.
This is, quote, Phil's heavy metal playlist. So the selections on here are Don McLean, American Pie, Sonny and Cher,
Which is a lot of fun.
Donna Fargo, The Happiest Girl in the Whole USA, The Moody Blues, Elton John, Rocket Man, the Love Boat theme, a lot of Simon and Garfunkel. There's some more recent stuff, too.
The newer stuff from 96.
What If God Was One of Us by Joan Osborne, No Diggity by Blackstreet, Come On Ride the Train by Quad City DJs,
Alanis Morissette.
Ironic by Alanis Morissette.
I thought he was dynamic. I thought he had great ideas.
Alanis Morissette is a woman, Phil.
Oh, God.
But there's some, like, the Macarena's on here. Always Be My Baby by Mariah Carey.
Where did this stuff come from?
This is the 96, the team that won 72 championships.
So it's what they were blasting in the locker rooms after hoisting the trophy.
Regardless, it's not metal. So Mike and I were talking. We're going to get tickets to the OC Deathfest, an upcoming metal festival in Orange County. We're going to take you down there so you can see what metal music actually is. And also, it's just a lot of fun to hang out with you. Cabo Cantina was awesome.
Why don't you read off a few of the...
There's some good stuff here.
Yeah.
Cattle Decapitation.
Mm-hmm.
Apathy.
Great.
Dawn of Eternity.
Sounds like fun.
Trifixian.
Nice.
Dreaming Dead.
Nice.
Thou Shall Kill.
Can't wait.
A Day of Violence.
Yeah.
Pigeon.
Pigeon seems to be the outlier there, but in general, I think
that's
this
a good thing.
It's going to be a lot of fun, huh?
Maybe that's not such a great idea.
We'll just think about it before you dismiss it. I'm going to go ahead and buy the tickets. They're only $15, and we'll have a great time.
The one thing, Phil, because we got to have sort of one condition here. You can't drive.
It's in Orange County. That's a long way. I'm not comfortable with that.
We're cutting you off.
Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah, we are.
You insist on driving everywhere, and it's a harrowing experience.
Because Phil is a drunk driver.
I am.
Yeah, you are.
Uh-huh.
You really are.
Right.
There's no denying that. We've gotten that. If you live in the Los Angeles area and you see a new Lexus coming down the street at you, bearing down the street on you, and it's got dents, like thousands of dents. It looks like it's been hit by craters or hail, or it was caught in a shootout by bullet fire, or like it was driven onto a driving range and used to shag golf balls.
I was going to say, you know what it looks like? It looks like it's just been sitting out there and like 1,000 people have targeted it at a driving range. I mean, Phil, do you work as like a ball shagger during the day secretly?
No, I'm not.
That's what it looks like. And there's a lot of blood on it, and it's just a really beat up car. And instead of a hood ornament, it has a target.
No.
Yeah, it does.
It does. And a scope. But anyway, so Phil drives this beat-up Lexus. It's huge, massive car, and he just kind of zigzags it down the street, hitting cars and people indiscriminately.
I don't even think he cares to get anywhere. I think, just Phil, describe hitting a person for us.
That is probably one of the best moments.
Oh my God, that's dark. I think you're right that it's not about the destination. Phil will ask us. When I say ask, that's too kind. He forces us to get in the car with him, and he just likes to drive around. So like when we went to Guitar Center, he just wanted to go talk to his buddy Spider in the drum section, and he hopped a curb, hit a fire hydrant, and then we had to dig a poor young boy's body out from underneath the car, and he tried to throw it in the dumpster. So I think he likes to have like an accomplice there.
It's what he tried to do to you, if you recall.
I didn't believe it at the time, but I'm really starting to suspect he did try to kill me.
He always wants to have somebody with him to help out.
Tex Winter was sitting next to me for a number of years. The last few years he did not.
That's the originator of the triangle offense,
and Phil's
Tex Winter.
longtime assistant head coach.
Phil, just quick rundown. Who have you hit in your lifetime?
4 of my 5 children.
Oh my
I
God.
get that. Who doesn't want to hit their kids? Who was the
else?
last person you hit?
2 elderly gentlemen, one from the East Coast, one from the West Coast.
That makes it sound like you stole their wallets after you hit them.
I think he's talking about Biggie and Tupac.
Have you hit any of your former players?
Robert Ory, Ronnie, Harper, Fish.
Took a brutal beating.
Fish was so good to you. You guys won championships together.
Derek Fisher, who would have thought?
What's your most harrowing or darkest drunk driving experience?
Well, this is a short story, but
We got time.
Yeah, just get to it. I mean, we're interested to hear this. You've had a lot of drunk driving accidents, so I imagine it's pretty epic.
Before he took the wheel, before we sank into the wetlands, shrieking all the way.
Holy shit, that's crazy.
2 things. First of all, you did that thing where you start talking about yourself in the third person again. And second of all, how the hell did you survive? So everyone else died in the swamp, but you made it out?
yeah, I would say that's fair.
You know what it is? I think it's his nutria ancestry.
He's just better adapted for a swampy environment by virtue of being a rodent?
So anyway,
All right.
Sorry for bringing that. He did not want to talk about that story. I don't know who died in that swamp, but it clearly affected Phil profoundly.
Well, we're going to find out more about Phil next week. Find out what he's building, because we don't know what the room is that he's actually attaching to the place.
We'll hopefully know what it is by then. It will be more complete. We got a metal concert coming up, and I don't anticipate Phil taking a hint and getting the fuck out of our apartment anytime soon.
No, he is oblivious, and I think at this point, malicious.
Yeah.
We'll see where this goes. Join us next week. My name is Mike.
I'm Matt.
And this was Phil Metal Jackson.